Woosah, woosah. That's not woosah.
I know. I'm talking about the feelings that you actually have. Welcome back. Quarantings in the building.
Quarantines.
Back in the cut.
All right, here's the deal. We all know that I've been planning this new Tinder experiment strategy,
It was a whole
whatever you
New
want to
Year's
call it.
resolution.
And I recently teased the fact that I was going to do this swipe right on everyone thing.
You were going to do the man version of dating
I was
apps.
just going to. And the goal was, if you recall, I'll do a little recap for those that don't remember. How can I give men less labor? So instead of just spending all this time looking through their profiles, evaluating whether we're compatible, swiping yes or no, and then trying to, pursue some kind of conversation with them that 9 out of 10 times leads to nothing. How can we cut that down? That was the goal. What? That was the goal.
I'm hearing you. I'm just laughing. A, at myself because I'm like, I'm pretty sure I put the video on, and then B, at you because you're just ridiculous.
I know. Last week, I'll take you behind the curtain. We forgot to turn the video on last week, but it's okay. We're still a 2 and a studio audience crew.
Work in progress. Don't worry, Spotify execs, come through.
But anyway, this is going to be part 1 of several parts of how this.
This is like the next
Tinder
level
experiment.
of, because somebody was saying something to me the other day, and I was like, this is actually like the expansion of my original thing of reckless profiles.
Yes, it is. It's an expansion pack.
This is literally the evolution. This is the Charmeleon from the Charmander out here. We evolving.
So, how do I even want to approach this?
Oh, well, you know what? I'll set you up.
Okay.
So, like Kristen said, she was like, you know what? I'm going to hop on Tinder's. I'm just going to go do the whole swiping, da-da-da-da.
Swipe right on every single person. Don't even look at the picture.
She did a whole cute little humble brag talking about how she got all these matches when she ran out of her swipes, when it's probably more matches than I got on all the apps in one day and like a year. But I'm retired, so I guess it's fine. I don't really care. But then she starts, evaluating these guys on the basis of their initial
text
statements
DM,
to her.
Whatever. Yeah.
And the guys that gave statements that were either intriguing, different, or not, ayo,
right,
got responses. Mm-hmm. And the ones who did the ayos got nothing.
Well, to be fair, I don't know. I have responded to some of the just regular, like, really basic, hey, what's ups.
And why was this?
Because they were good looking.
Mm-hmm, exactly. But
actually, good is too strong of a word.
They were not ugly.
They were not the caliber of most of the matches, let's put it that way.
All right. So why don't we just get right down to the nitty gritty?
Yeah. So
let's start with day one. Day one. Fresh out.
We gotta take this day by day, obviously.
Fresh out.
Yeah. So the goal was to use up all of my matches every single day, just only swiping right. Which you would think. Okay. Let me preface everything by saying, like, I'm not gonna cap and act like there's not some kind of like privilege in the number of matches. Like, I get it. Yes, I get it. I sound like a fucking snobby bitch. However, I will say, like, genuinely, it's very clear. It's factually accurate, as confirmed by some of the things that I be asking these dudes. Like, there is a lot of men swiping right on every single woman. And there are no women swiping right on every single man. So, like,
what you meant to say is there's not enough women swiping right on every single man.
So to be fair,
but continue.
It's not just simply that, like, I'm like, I just think women, like, are swiped right on way more often than men are, just, like, in general, for no reason related to who they are.
That's a fact.
So anyway, so day 1, I swiped right on everyone, and the fucking match just flooded.
Hey,
it was very overwhelming.
Taking you guys again behind the curtain. This girl shows up and shows me her fucking notifications on the phone. It was like Tinder notification, Tinder notification, Tinder notification, Tinder notification. What? Tinder notification. What? Tinder notification. What? Like, I was like, Stone Cold here.
I
Like,
think
it's crazy.
the first morning, because I did it on a day of the week and we recorded. The next morning, the morning after the first day I started doing it, I think I counted, I think it was like 73 notifications overnight while I was sleeping of just like various like matches and
The thirst is real, ladies
my
and
God.
gentlemen.
But like again, this is not me trying to brag. Like I'm not happy. Like the whole goal here was to weed people out.
Brag.
So, day one, I don't know. Was that the first day that I got into it with that one guy? The problem is that I cannot fucking let shit go. And I also feel like literally a responsibility not to let shit go. So like these dudes that swiped right at me and are trying to holler at me, who, I don't know, just one example, have 5 pictures on there and I can't see what this dude looks like in any of those pictures.
But they're super excited to meet you.
Exactly. I'm just like,
really can't
I'm
wait
not
to
going
holler.
to call you out on that. Like, what the fuck are you doing? What makes, again, like the whole goal here was to try to like weed out men and just see who was genuinely like interested in talking to me, A, regardless of what they look like, and B, C, like make them evaluate if we're compatible, not me. And this has not been achieved.
Okay, which guy do you want to bring up first so that I can crush what you're saying and tell you that
Okay,
you're
so I'll
being
just
too
go.
cruel?
I mean, so I better break down this one because I promised the people on Instagram I would break this one down. I posted this on fucking Instagram
She
story.
gave it for you, the people.
That's the other thing. I've been posting them, and everyone's like, "Is this real?" I'm like, "Yes, these are fucking real."
Hey, just like the reckless profiles, we give you the
REAL.
real.
Yeah.
We get you.
Okay,
the
this guy
real.
says he swiped right on me, and this is like he sent me like maybe 2 messages. Oh wait, okay, so this is his profile.
Oh, this guy.
Opinionated asshole, you're gonna love me. I'm ugly, so I won't cheat on you super often. I mine crypto, trade stocks, own a wholesale company. I've been abducted by aliens. 6'3". Being a foodie isn't a hobby. Nobody cares about your self-absorbed Instagram. Blah, blah, blah. Some other stupid shit. So that's his fucking... It's long profile, right? This dude is...
But he took the time to make a full profile.
Yeah,
you
true,
should
fair
appreciate
enough.
that.
He has 9 pictures. 6 of them involve a dead animal. Okay, so he sends me like a couple things, like nothing great. Then he says, I'd like to flow this convo into texting or talking on the phone and then to dinner, maybe, LOL. I said, I don't know. I have some questions. Tell me about this Instagram hatred and foodie hatred, LOL. He says, well, everyone eats food, ... It's not a hobby. I said, well, usually when people say they're a foodie, they mean they like to like go out, try new restaurants, try new cuisines. Like, it's not just about like, I like to stuff my fucking face full of food.
Yeah, they're like one of my very annoying friends, like a Yelp elite status.
Right.
They go everywhere. Like, yeah.
So he says, LOL, I did not know that. Fair enough. He's like a country guy. Like, fine.
Country
you don't know that.
bumpkin.
He says, I said, okay, so what about Instagram? He says, I don't hate Instagram, LOL. I hate people who need to use dating platforms to grow their page because they aren't interesting enough to grow it organically.
Which, here's the thing. Before you cook, you know that's real, right? Like, that statement right there that he just said is 100% true.
Well...
No. I'm not
No,
even gonna...
Lume, we are literally trying to grow our podcast on Instagram, and it doesn't get the play that it deserves simply because we're not
I
like
don't disagree.
favored by the algorithm.
I don't disagree.
So it's not really about being interesting.
No, but what I'm telling you is that his main point is that motherfuckers use the dating apps to get more people on their IG.
Okay, I won't disagree with that.
And that is 100% a fact.
Fair point. I'll agree with that.
That was
one.
his main point. He's just bad with words.
That's
Because we've already
fine.
pointed out he's a country bumpkin.
Well, my problem was with the interesting enough part.
Yes. Like I said, he's bad with words. So here comes the...
So anyway, I said, "Oh, so you have an Instagram?" Because, like, obviously someone who's saying that has, like, contemplated on some level the idea of growing an Instagram. Which I was surprised he even had one or, like, used one. He says, I do have an Insta, but I actually share things of real interest and not 85,000 poses of my fake eyelashes over and over. I think that was supposed to be a personal shot, but it was weird because it was, like, so abrupt after he asked me out. I was like, is this, like...
I was like, did he already know in that moment,
what?
like, I'm not getting this in, so let me get as many pops as I can
I think he
before
was
I
figuring
go?
it out pretty quickly. I sent a bunch of crying, laughing emojis and said... And you've grown this Instagram. I ignored the personal shot and just said, and you've grown this Instagram organically. and then he didn't really see that and just said, I see Instagram as a cesspool of self-absorbed people.
He sounds like one of our YouTube
I
commenters.
know. I said, so you do hate Instagram? Because he said he didn't hate it. I'm like, obviously you do. He says, I don't care how many followers I have. But presumably to the you've grown it organically question.
Mm-hmm.
I said, oh, so you haven't grown it organically. He says, well, growing it is not my concern. I said, yet you have a lot of opinions on growing one. He said, I have a YouTube channel with 3,000 subscribers. Ooh, good for you. I certainly didn't go
Quarantings podcast on the YouTube.
He says, I certainly didn't go glue fake eyelashes on my face and beg desperate men on dating sites to be interested in my fishing skills. Which again was, I think, a personal shot.
Though
And
really
I think
kind
he,
of a personal shot at himself. 'Cause you don't have any fishing skills.
I think he meant catfishing, but it was just so funny that he used the word fishing. So of course I said, actually, with 6 out of 9 pictures of fish, you certainly seem the one who's interested in impressing potential dates with your fishing skills. Like, why do I have to make everything difficult?
You're just can you finish cooking this guy real
He
quick?
says I get plenty of dates, which is why I'm usually a dick to fake girls like you, because I can be. And I just followed up with, oh, I'm sure you're swimming in pussy. There's no doubt about it.
And we
didn't even bother
dive
with the
in
roast.
it.
It was like it was too easy. I just didn't even bother to just like old yeller him because I'm just like, there's no need. You're old yellering yourself, my guy.
Okay, all right. So as you can see, she's been a little out of practice on the apps
Woo-wee.
here.
That one was a fun one. I had a good time on that one.
Okay, so the point of the whole New Year's resolution and this whole thing was to find guys to interact with on a positive level.
Yeah.
We're very clear that this guy, I mean, based on a lot of the things that he said, not
Right.
that I'm justifying some of the things you said, but based on a lot of the things he said, he was not it.
No.
He was a little bit of a clown. I believe I saw the profile. I thought he was a little too old for you anyways, but that's not the point. Point
Yeah,
is,
he was a little old.
he was kind of a dick. Cool. Whatever.
Yeah.
Got it. My question is, and I know you're gonna kind of actually answer this, so you might not even need to answer this right now, but is it just something in your soul that won't allow you to take a statement that could be perceived as like, you know, a half insult shot, or could just be somebody who's a little socially awkward and not
Right.
talented.
Yeah, I see where you're going.
And for some reason, the only thing that pops in your soul
Is bullets. Fair question.
I'm just curious.
So I have another great example of proof. I can prove that I do be giving some of these guys a legitimate chance. Let me see if I can
she
fucking find it.
thinks she has proof. Let's just be clear.
Now you're putting on the pressure me. I wasn't even gonna pull this one up, but oh, here it is. Okay. Aren't you an interesting one? Haha. Like your style. I said, well, thanks. What's your vibe? He said,
Oh, stop right there. What's your vibe?
well, I said that. Okay, fine. I wasn't going to fucking put him on blast like this, but I said, what's your vibe as a joke because his name as it appears on Tinder is Vibes. Which is obviously not his real name.
Yeah. Then you can put him on blast because you're not putting anyone on blast. Like motherfuckers running around
So
talking like
I
they're a DC
capitalized
comic character
vibe,
and they're
yeah.
cool. Like
Yeah. So anyway, I said, how about you? What's your vibe? LOL. He said, well, like my bio says, just vibing and chilling, going with the flow. Whatever happens, happens. which ticked me off. To your point about like, is it just me internalizing the bullets? So I was going to just ghost because I was just like, what the fuck ever. All these dudes, like literally this is part of the point of what you realize a lot when you do this. I recommend that every girl do this experiment, honestly, even though it's not exactly yielding the results that I want immediately. Like,
which I told you on this very fine program.
You did. You said it. I'll give it to you. It is teaching me a lot about like how men are on Tinder, what I need to put in my bio, like what all these different layers. So that's why this is only part 1 of this series. But anyway, so instead of ghosting like I wanted to do, I said, LOL, I see what brought you to that consensus, because I wanted him to give a chance to explain if he's being genuine about quote unquote going with the flow, or if he's like 90% of dudes that have go with the flow in their fucking profile, which basically just mean I want to fuck you, but I don't want to just say that. Which, not that I even care. Like, I'm out here trying to fuck too, to be honest. Like, I'm not necessarily out here looking for my husband, but like at the same time, like you're being disingenuous and I fucking can't stand that. Anyway. So he says, I've just learned that dating apps nowadays aren't really the place to find close friends or friendships right away. People just put in their bios on here that they're looking for a relationship to seem like a good person, but deep down they just want to hook up, LOL. So he like said exactly the thing that I was thinking, but he's using that as to why he would put go with the flow instead of against go with the flow. So that kind of impressed. I was like, okay, like look at me like judging. Yeah.
A respectable response.
Yeah. So I said, that's funny. That's exactly how I feel about guys who say just going with the flow. LOL. But I like your answer.
Spoiler alert. This isn't going to end well.
So I'll reserve judgment for now. And then we just started talking about like our actual lives. And I gave him my number and we've been texting. So fuck you. It's not just me who's a cold-hearted bitch. But I don't really think it's going to go anywhere. We're not that compatible, but for reasons unrelated to that. But still, I'm giving him a chance.
So just so everyone is clear, this is one guy out of 100 plus.
But like that's not fair. Like
it's 100% fair.
No, it's not, because these things that like the other guy, the crazy guy, like he is the rule. Like that's how most of these men are acting towards me on Tinder. This guy right here said, and I took a screenshot of it. Do you give head?
Seems like a reasonable question.
I said, why the fuck would I dome you for the free?
But how do you know he didn't listen to the podcast? And you talked about how you need to be asking these dudes to be putting out more. So maybe he was just clarifying.
He can gladly respond in that manner. I'm telling you, he did not respond in that manner.
Hey, I'm just saying. The fact that you had your response, too mean. Too mean up front.
I know it was mean, but he was fucking rude as fuck in the beginning. Like, what do I care at that point?
Nothing. Clearly nothing. You care nothing.
Here's this other guy. Hi, how are you doing? What? Okay, this
guy started out with "Hi, how are you doing?" and somehow Kristen is going to justify that she had to fuck this man's world up. And I'm telling you right now, I'm probably not going to agree.
Hi, how are you doing? Why did you choose one photo that we can't see you in? LOL. He said, I don't know. I said, well, women want to see what you look like. I'm just saying. That's not that bad. Like, that's a legitimate question.
It's a legitimate question. I don't know if it's a legitimate question for the beginning of the conversation. But continue.
I mean, maybe, but I'm trying to gauge if I want to even give him any type of time of day or not. Like, I can't see what you look like. Anyway, he says, I've never thought about it. I'll add a photo if that's what you're getting at. I said, you've never thought about the fact that you came on a dating app to swipe on pictures of women that you find attractive based on those pictures, so perhaps you should have some pictures yourself? I can't help it.
Awesome.
I can't help it. It's not my fucking fault.
You can help it, literally.
So he said, I don't have a lot of pics of just me. I said, that's no excuse. You're on a smartphone. You can take some. He said, most have my son and his mother in the pic, which I hope you can agree it's weird to have pics of your ex on a dating app. I said, you're on a smartphone. You can take some. And then I said, Google weaponized incompetence. Women don't like that shit. Weaponized incompetence. Let me be clear. Google it. All the listeners, Google it.
Don't Google it. Save yourself the trouble.
Take some fucking pictures of yourself that we can fucking see you, please. Like, that is literally why we are all here. What's the problem with that? You have good pictures.
I have no problem with that. I have a problem with this dude letting you know that he doesn't take pictures of himself. Mostly he was implying the selfies, which is really what you were implying. Like, I'm sorry. I'm going to tell you this right now. 95% of guys that are listening to my voice right now, hearing this, don't hit that fucking self timer like y'all do. We're not going to take a picture.
I don't agree. I mean, like, when I'm on,
no,
like,
it's true.
No, because I'm swiping on all these dudes. A lot of them do.
No, a lot of them do. They got someone to take that picture. I promise you.
It's in a mirror. I can see the phone. I can see they're taking it.
The mirror pic in the bathroom where they're showing you their abs is not the same fucking thing.
No, it's not always that way. I think you are the type of person who just like will take a picture with your friends because you're fucking normal. I think you're not really like, you don't take pictures of yourself and that's fine. You have other pictures. But I'm saying in the scenario in which you don't have any pictures, there's literally no excuse to not go fucking take a picture of yourself for a dating app in which you are relying on women having pictures of themselves. Like, that's just weaponized incompetence. You're just acting like you can't achieve something that you can very fucking easily achieve. No words. I can't.
You're not looking at the other side. Hello from the other side.
I mean, fine, but the reason I'm not doing that is because I'm over here putting in work, and I expect you to be putting also in work. Which
Girl, you are not putting in work.
I'm fucking giving people a chance that don't deserve it.
This is the easiest thing in the world. So let's hush puppy right there. Let's hush puppy right there. And then number two.
Okay, fine, but I'm talking about my profile. Like, them bitches.
Cussing out these motherfuckers is like breathing for you. You haven't told me a thing of work you did except for this one guy you gave a number.
Okay, I was fucking I gave this other short guy a chance. Like, what do you...
Oh, trigger. And I was going to give you my shot of the week, and now it's to me. Hurt feelings.
I don't know. So anyway, the first day was not good. Oh, here's another guy. He said, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, darling, because you are by far way too pretty for me. Ooh. Which I respected. So I was like...
Except for that literal vocabulary, I was like, that man was never going to make it.
Oh, no. Yeah, no.
Never going to make it. Never going to get 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 it.
No, but I did respond, something stupid. You won't like it. I'm not even going to read it. And then he said, thanks, beautiful. Now that I see I have your attention, I have a quick question for you. Do you know why God created the sky so high? I said, I'm an atheist.
All right. Why don't you just tell the people what happened to you after this first day?
We're actually approaching time because we have such a long quick hits this week. But I will tease it, and then we will really get into like how it resolved when I record part 2 of this. So here's what happened. So the first day, this all goes down. It's going fucking terribly. On that night,
I just want everyone to know that in real time, the few people that she was talking to that she was elaborating with the quarantine about, I was trying to help these brothers out, and she just wasn't having it.
You were trying to help them, and I wasn't.
I just want y'all to know I'm on your side. Yeah. I'm on your team. Continue.
So go to bed, wake up, 75 notifications. Went through my swipes that second day. Got to like the end, whatever. And then freaking that night, I'm messing up the timeline here. I can't even remember. I'm fucking losing. It doesn't matter. The point being is that at some point when I logged back into Tinder after I had used up a bunch of matches, they were like, oh, we need to verify that you're real. Because apparently women can't like men because they think that you're a fake robot if you swipe on everyone.
It's a big fact. Okay. Again, if you can get more, I mean, like, I don't mean to say this in any kind of mean way, but this is just a factual statement. If you can get more matches in literally 2 hours on one app than me and 2 of my boys can get on 3 apps in 6 months.
Yeah.
You're looking like a robot.
I know. So,
okay?
yeah. So then I, like, whatever, did the click on this and verify that and whatever. And then they were like, oh, okay, we believe you that you're not a bot. But then something just wasn't feeling correct.
Wasn't feeling right?
It just wasn't feeling right. It just wasn't hitting. Because then when I had matches, or when I had swipes available to me again, I started hitting that right swipe.
Started getting back to work.
And no matches was coming through. Zippo.
Hey, sounds like my normal Tinder activity. Not nothing.
And not only that were no matches coming through, but none of the dudes that I was already talking to were replying.
They somehow started ghosting you.
Yeah. So it was no replies, no matches, no nothing. Absolutely nothing. Yeah. So I was started thinking about this more and like and I was like, they put my ass in Tinder jail. I'm in fucking Tinder jail for swiping right too much. Imagine.
I couldn't imagine.
Imagine.
I'm telling you that I could not imagine.
And this just upset me to my core because even though this experiment was not going well at this time, I was like, this is some fucking bullshit. You cannot be out here saying that we are a dating app and what we will do is that we will allow you to speak to people that have mutually agreed upon that they want to speak to you and you want to speak to them. Mm-hmm. And then you're out here withholding fucking... Imagine what if I was suicidal? To quote TikTok. Like... You cannot withhold my fucking matches from me. I just find this so fraudulent. I'm like... This is on principle. This is a heinous act of fraud. I'm about to sue them. Like, get me out of fucking Tinder jail. I did your fucking robot test. I cannot. This is about to be, I was so floored. I spent the whole day, I was livid. I couldn't get any work done. I was just thinking about how can I fucking get back at these Tinder fools for fucking doing this to me.
You more angry than Will Smith about this.
Oh my God, I was so
pissed.
So I had to go a full fucking 24 hours in Tinder jail before this shit came back.
Was it a full 24?
Yes.
Oh, no.
No, it was
I'm going to check the timestamp for what you told me.
You can check the literature.
I'm going to check the literature.
That was a full fucking 24.
I don't know if it was a full 24.
I was livid. I was so pissed.
Oh, like, she was heated. She was heated.
That is so not cool. Like, literally imagine if I was like insecure. Like, I'd be like, oh, no one fucking likes me. Like, I'm literally out here trying to date for real, even though I'm not. But if I was, like...
Except for, like, the irony of saying I'm insecure, nobody likes me when I had 75 notifications the day before.
No, I know. It
doesn't actually make sense.
No, I get it, but I'm saying, speaking, like, theoretically, like, if they could do that to me, they could literally put anybody in Tinder jail and they wouldn't even know it. The only reason I knew it was because I was already doing this other fucking scheme, finessing the system thing. Swiping right on everyone. I just can't believe that I'm the first bitch ever to try this. Like, clearly they were not prepared.
Oh, you're trademarking your first one?
Well, I don't know.
Let's do it. Let's go with it. Like,
you think I'm...
No, 100%. We're going with it. CEO, first one to ever try this experiment and put it on wax. Done. We gonna claim this now. We running with this.
All right, we're running with this.
Forever.
They were clearly not prepared for someone to do this from the women's side.
Oh, they weren't.
So, anyway, that's all the time we have. I'm going to have to leave you guys on a cliffhanger for part 2. It's going to be part...
What?
of what happened after I got out of Tinder jail.
Dang, we got to come back to the Tinder diaries of the CEO.
The experiment is still moving. For a minute, I thought it was going to be over before it even started. But honestly, it's been longer than a few days now and other interesting things have occurred. So we'll leave it at that. You're going to hear back.
I can't wait to find out. I'm telling you guys, I don't even know. So I'm excited.
We're going to
hear with you.
We have very, very important quick hit material to discuss, which is why we're cutting this little short today. But that's okay. It's going to be a great series.
So shout out. We going to hit these quick hits and enjoy.